Good morning. Today we're working on two rooms at once. The first room is the library at the very top of the chateau. We've had basically a whole team in there, from framing it out to insulating it to plasterboarding it to creating cupboards for books and libraries. And there's not much left to do up there before we can start plastering. And between that, then we're doing the entranceway. And in the entranceway, we've got one of the biggest projects because we're trying to get ready for the middle of August so that an artist can come here and do a full wall mural of the surrounding forest that's really going to invite and encompass the whole room. First, we've got to clear it out. Then we've got to prep all the floor, all the auxiliary parts of the floor, so we can lay a new floor, so we can board it out, so we can get it ready for that painting to go up. If that fits there, what do you reckon of the chances?
Smaller?
About the same size.
Yeah.
Well, they had a measuring tape back in 1883, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, the size. It's good, yeah.
Quite heavy.
That room looked empty, but God, it was absolutely full of stuff in there. But now it is empty, we can start with all the prep.
Ryan the painter, they call me.
No chance that's holding.
Should probably hydrate then while that's going off.
We're thinking like a... Comes by the door, measure the far one and the closest one. There's a bit of leeway.
15. 215.
Brian.
Where's the measurement? 215.
What did you measure exactly?
I did. This is completely my fault, isn't it? Because I
Yeah. You did both.
Both. Well, I measured. 205. I tell you what, we'll put them up and I'll cut in bits after. How's that sound?
Sounds like we should have just cut them right in the first place.
It does sound like that, but we are where we are.
Might be lucky then little offcuts that are on the table. Might be enough.
If we are, can I say that was my plan all along?
Say whatever you like.
Won't make it long.
So we've got as much floor prep as we can do because we're waiting on materials. So now we're going to prep all the edges, fill in any little gaps all around so that there's nothing left to do in here. There's no reason to come in here. Brian the Mason.
That's what they call me.
Like every single room, we've retreated the beams. The beams are already treated, but as the last belt and braces, we wanted to treat them again. And we're starting to put these packers on top of every beam just to take it over the level of the I-beam. So you can see that we've been working around the perimeter, making sure that everything is concreted, flat and stable. We've got a very special thing happening here, actually. I've been working with the fabricator that's been getting the railings together for the chateau balconies, and he's going to make and fabricate a frame which will support a bit of structural glass so that when you walk in, well, let me show you. When you walk into the entranceway, you're faced with what is famously known as Calvin's Hole. All this will be lit and be a walkable glass panel, and then you go into the rest of the room and the parquet. What a cool little thing to be able to see down there as soon as you come in. So he's drawn us up a CAD version of the frame and what it's going to look like, how exactly we're going to fit it, and we've got to cement that into the finished floor so that the glass works out exactly the level of the finished parquet. And once we get that in, that is the floor completely finished. All we've got to work out is if the span that's there will support just one bit of glass, or we need to break the frame up into two bits for it to be as strong and structural as we need it. That's it, all the perimeter nice and flat, cemented in. What's left to do? Well, block up one chimney, get that lovely and flush with all the rest of the walls. That chimney actually doesn't exist anymore, so we're not losing anything there. Want to do a bit of work to the uprights of these doors. You can see the bottoms missing and all kind of chipped out. We're going to put a form there so that we can shutter it off, pour it with concrete, build it all back up so it's nice and strong, so we can get a good fixing in there for a door. Then, well, we're just waiting on materials and we're about ready to box this thing out and get the final floor down. We're waiting on more plywood to be able to finish the strips. We've only got to about here. It's all been treated anyway. Then we can put the new OSB down. Hopefully we can get the metal frame for the glass here, concrete that all in, and then we're putting up walls. And the walls are going to go up super quick because we're going to use this metal railing system. It's a bit chunkier than the normal one because of the span. The height in here is 4 meters. So it's a little bit chunkier, which means the wall's a little bit more stable. We're going to insulate in between that frame, run all the electrics. We're not running the plumbing because this wall behind you here, we're going to leave completely open, ready for the plumber and stuff. The painting is not going to go on that wall, it's all behind us. Then plasterboard it, plaster it, give it all an undercoat, ready to start painting. How exciting is that? 2 rooms coming together like within the space of a couple of weeks. A little bit to do in the library still, prime it, get it plastered, paint it. And yeah, 2 finished rooms. The only problem we're going to have now is this room is now completely out of bounds for anyone. It's not going to be a walkthrough as soon as we get the walls and the floor down. It's going to be exclusively for the artist, and when she's finished, we shut it off, we protect everything, and we just don't come in here until we can start using the thing properly. So, it's going to be an exciting week of prep. I'll see ya tomorrow.